everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today I am playing my Deck of TBR game for the month of March. I am so excited to pick my TBR for March because I am participating in Middle Grade March, hosted by Krista from Books and Jams, Amanda from The Curly Reader, Kate from Life Between Words, and Jenna on Bookstagram. I believe her name is Jenna Reads and Writes. I will link all of their information down below as well as their announcement video because you could still participate. We start March 1st and you read middle grade books. It's a blast. I'm so excited to fully participate this year. Last year I only read 1 or 2 middle grades, and this year I'm hoping to read only middle grade or maybe just 1 or 2 others for some projects I have planned, but I'm gonna read middle grade. And now, this will affect my game in that I will fulfill prompts only with middle grade books. If it is impossible to fulfill a prompt with a middle grade book, I will put that prompt back and draw 2 extra. So basically, if I can't fulfill the prompt, I have to add a draw. And that's okay with me because I want all of my TBR to be middle grade books, and middle grade books go so much faster for me, so it's okay if I have a longer TBR. That's my plan. I was trying to figure out how I could make this work, and that's what I'm gonna go with because I want to read middle grade, and if I get things that aren't middle grade, I won't want to read them and I'll set myself up for failure. So we're just doing it this way because it'll be awesome. Ooh, before we set up the board, I need to tell you about February, which it is currently the 22nd, and so this update might look a little bad, but don't you worry. I will have time to finish. I still have about a week left in the month, and I'm really enjoying the books that I have not finished yet, and so we will get there. Anyway, let's just do a quick recap. For the prompt, more than 400 pages, I picked As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Zulfa Katu, and I am almost halfway through this book, and it's so good. I will be finishing this by the end of the month, and if not, I'd roll it over anyway, so no problem there. For Book of the Month, I chose Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. I have not started this yet, but again, I will read it by the end of the month because it's for a book club that I have with my friends. It will get done. The next prompt was Poll Pick, and so you chose I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and I did read that. The next prompt was What's at the Library, and I had just happened to check out I Must Betray You by Ruta Sepetys, and so that was my library book, and I did read that. And lastly, I've got my Kindle up here to represent love theoretically. Oh, the prompt was Person on the Cover. And so here's the book cover, Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood, and I did read that. Perfect for Valentine's Day. So technically I've only finished 3 out of the 5, 3.5 out of the 5, but I'm calling it a win because I will get them done, and my punishment for not finishing is putting the titles of the books that I don't read into a jar and picking one, and I will read these 2, so doing that punishment really wouldn't make sense because I would read them anyway. So all good there. Now let's reset the board. I am going to pick a new bomb book over here, a Joker, if I draw a Joker. If I draw a Joker this month, maybe I'll add 3 prompts, who knows, but I'm not going to read this book because I don't think I have any bomb books that are middle grade books. So I drew The Swiss Family Robinson. Is that a middle grade? Maybe. We'll put it on there, obviously. And if I happen to get a Joker, I will look into what that is classified as because maybe it is a middle grade. Anything else we have to do? Oh, yep, we've got to replace a prompt that I didn't do at the end of February's video. And just to let you guys know, I have about 18 middle grade books that I would love to read this month. Actually, scratch that. I have 4 more coming from other libraries to my library. So 20 plus books that I want to read this month. Most of them are middle grade. One is a manga because I am participating in Whitney from Tibra's Den. She has a readathon called the genre-a-thon where you read a genre out of your comfort zone, or at least they're out of her comfort zone, which happened to be out of my comfort zone too. And this month it is manga or memoirs, but memoirs aren't out of my comfort zone, so manga is for me. So I'll let you know what I'm reading for that at the end. There are also 5 prompts for middle grade March, and I will let you know what books are fulfilling what prompts for that at the end of the video. But let's quit talking and play this game. Okay, so this one, unhaul and draw again. Can you see it? I don't know if it focuses. Sorry, friends. That is going in the 5 of hearts spot. Where's my deck of cards? Here it is. We've got it. Again, other rules. If I draw 3 of the same suit throughout the 5 draws, I have to add a draw. If I draw 2 of the same number/letter in a row, I have to draw an extra card. And if I draw the same card twice throughout the 5 draws, I also have to add an extra draw. We can go up to 10 draws, and we might get there, especially with the stipulation this time that if I can't fulfill a prompt with a middle grade book, I have to add an additional. So we'll see. We'll see if I can keep track of all of this and make sure it all makes sense to you, my friends. All right, I think we are shuffled. Let's see what our first draw is. A 6 of clubs. Interesting. Let's see what we've got. Oh, okay. This one is a good first sentence. So I'm gonna have to choose a few of the books I've got here and read you the first sentence of each of them. I think maybe I'll choose 3, and I will decide which one I think is the best sentence of them all. Okay, so the 3 I will be reading the first sentence of are Other Words for Home by Jasmine Warga. The group read is another book by Jasmine Warga. It's called A Rover's Story. And so when I saw this on the library shelves the other day when I went and picked up like 8 extra middle grade, I thought I should give this a try. So that is one I will be reading the first sentence of. The next one I have is Chains by Lori Hales Anderson. I'm doing a buddy read with Krista from Books and Jams in March, and so we'll see if I like the first sentence. And lastly, I'll read the first sentence of Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alaire Seans. I should have looked how to say that, but all right, let's look at Jasmine Warga's first sentence. All right, it says, "It is almost summer and everywhere smells like fish, except for right down by the sea, where if you hold your nose just right, you can smell the sprawling jasmine and the salt water instead." That's really beautiful. That could be a contender for sure. Okay, let's check out Chains. The first sentence says, this is taking place in May of 1776. "The best time to talk to ghosts is just before the sun comes up." That's intriguing also. I didn't realize there was talking to ghosts in this book, but that one's intriguing. So I liked the writing in this one. I liked the storyline or the concept in Chains. And now let's see what Aristotle and Dante has to say. Chapter 1. "One summer night I fell asleep, hoping the world would be different when I woke." Okay. I really need to get the other 2 on my TBR, but I'm gonna choose the Jasmine Warga. The Other Words for Home. I just really liked the writing and the atmosphere it was drawing me into with the first sentence in this one. So that's my first pick, Other Words for Home. I don't know where to put my stack so that you can see it. I think I'm just gonna have to put it on the ground. All right, let's replace the 6 of clubbies with this one, A to Z challenge. So I'm trying to read books that start with every letter of the alphabet. I would just have to choose one that I haven't completed yet and read it. That's fun. Okay, we'll put the 6 of clubs back in the deck and shuffle. Feeling good about this game, you guys. I think I should be able to get most of the middle grades on here that I want to read. A lot of my prompts are pretty broad, and so I think I can do it. Let's have faith. Okay, next draw. A 9 of spades. Ooh. Interesting. This is a memoir. I don't know of many middle grade memoirs, nor do I have one on my list. Let me just look here for a second. I'm gonna have to do some research and see if there are any middle grade memoirs. Oh, okay. The first one, when I just showed up, memoirs in middle grade. I want to read. I really do want to read. So I guess this will work. I'll put a picture of it right here, but this is When Stars Are Scattered by Omar Mohammed and Victoria Jameson. It says, heartbreak, hope, and gentle humor exist together in this graphic novel about a childhood spent waiting and a young man who is able to create a sense of family. Okay, cool. I've heard of this from someone and I don't know who, but I'm gonna try it. And it's a graphic novel, so I'm gonna have to see if it's available at my library. I really wouldn't want to read that digitally or audibly, obviously. So 9 of spades for memoir, middle grade memoir, is When Stars Are Scattered. Let's draw a new prompt for that space. We'll do this one. Continue a series. Okay. Pretty self-explanatory there. And where did my 9 of spades go? My deck is just like thrown about here. 9 of spades going back in, and we will draw for the 3rd book. Is it funny? I want to get like doubles and prompts that won't work so I can add more books to my TBR. I mean, if I don't add them to my Deck of TBR game, I'll likely still read them anyway. All right, here we go. What do we got? Oh, okay. I manifested it, you guys. Remember, if I draw 2 of the same number in a row, that adds a prompt. So I got a 9 of clubs. I just drew a 9 of spades. So I'll have to add an additional. So that means we're at 6 draws. Let's see what the 9 of clubs is. Start a new series. This is exciting because I have quite a few on here that I want to start for middle grade series. So let me get them and I will show you. I have 4 options. I'm crazy, but the options are the Land of Stories series. The first book is called The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. I loved Glee, and Chris Colfer, Kurt, was one of my favorite characters in the show. And so the fact that he wrote a series, a middle grade series, is amazing. I think I probably will lean toward this one, especially because it's my own physical TBR. Then we've got Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. I also have Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. And then I was just at the library and saw Wildwood, written by Colin Malloy and illustrated by Carson Ellis. And I just thought this looked kind of cool, a fun little fantasy with illustrations throughout. But like I said, I shouldn't have started with the one I'm gonna choose, but I'm gonna choose Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. This one's called The Wishing Spell. I am working on getting my physical TBR down this year. And so because I own this, I should really prioritize it. So that's my 3rd book. Let's redraw, pick a new prompt for the 9 of clubs space. We'll do this one. Oh, a sister pick. My sister Naomi loves to read, and it's perfect. She is a 4th grade teacher. She'd pick a great middle grade if I drew this. I'd want her to choose from my stack here though. Okay, 9 of clubs going back in. Again, I drew another 9 right in a row, so we'll now do 6 books instead of 5. That's okay with me because I'm getting middle grade on here and I'm loving it. This is going oh so well. Too well, maybe. Am I jinxing myself? Let's see. Okay, next draw. A 3 of diamonds. Haven't gotten any diamonds yet. Released this year. That might be tricky. But are we doing 2023 here or 2022? Un momento. Need to do some research yet again. Yeah, I'm gonna fudge it just a bit because released this year or in the past year is what I'm gonna go with. And that is perfect because one of the prompts for middle grade March is released within the last year. And so I'm going to fill this prompt with Otter by Catherine Applegate. I love Catherine Applegate. I've loved her Wish Tree and the one and only Ivan, one and only Bob. And so I'm excited to continue on with Otter by Catherine Applegate, which was released, I believe, in August of 2022. I'll put the date down here. This is one of the books that's coming from another library, so I will get that one semi-soon. Anyway, let's replace the 3 of diamonds with this one, a friend pick. Okay. Have to reach out to a friend. I'd probably pick someone in my book club because I know that they're readers. The Three of Diamonds is going back in. That was draw number 4, and now we will do draw number 5. We are in jeopardy with the clubs. If I draw another club, we'd have to add another pick. Which again, I'm okay with. All right, here we go. A 7 of hearts. Cool. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any face cards. Oh no. This is a NetGalley Read Now prompt. I will see if there's like a way I can filter NetGalley and see if there's any middle grade on there. NetGalley is a website that you can get advanced readers copies. So let's see. I'm going to the Read Now and I'm not seeing, I'm seeing picture books, but I don't really want to read a picture book for this. So I've gone through like 4 or 5 pages and I'm not finding one. So I think we're gonna have to use that caveat, and because I can't fulfill NetGalley Read Now, that is going back on the board. And I will now replace the 7 of hearts and draw an extra. I mean, I'll draw one for the 7 of hearts and I'll add an extra to the end. So now I think we're at 7 draws. Okay, so this is still draw number 5. I'm gonna shuffle that 7 of hearts back in, and I'm not going to include the 7 of hearts in my draws because it was just replaced. All right, let's see what we get. A 6 of clubs. Oh no! I have manifested just getting a big TBR because 6 of clubs was my first pick of this game. So what did we replace this one with? Fun, A to Z challenge. Let me look at my A to Z books and see what letters I have left. This is proving to be harder than I thought. Oh, no, got one. So for the A to Z challenge, I have not filled out the letter K yet. So I am choosing Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. I've heard that this is a fun fantasy novel about 2 children, 12-year-olds. Oh, it looks like she's a telepath. So it'll be her story, her adventure, and I'm looking forward to this one. Let's replace the 6 of clubs with this one. A middle grade. Wow, should I just get 6 of clubs again? Okay, cool. Again, we added a draw, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 of clubs, going back in. And shuffling. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I could have used otter for that one, but I already had it on. I haven't read the O letter yet. So all the other ones are like pretty common letters that I've already gotten. So let's see what our next one is. Wow, this card just jumps to the top every time, I guess. The 6 of clubs again, which we just saw was middle grade, so we know I can fulfill that. Let's choose Chains by Lori Howes Anderson. This one I'm buddy reading with Krista, as I said, and it's on my physical TBR, so it's great to get on here. This is a historical fiction written in 1776. We follow, I believe, a young girl during the beginnings of our country. So that's going on. And now I think I add another book because that is the 3rd time I've drawn the same card. So we're up to 9 books. Again, I think I manifested this because I said I wanted a lot of middle grade, which I'm getting middle grade on here. That's fine. Let's replace that prompt because we'll probably draw the 6 of clubs again with seasonal. So I'm, for some parts of the world, you would think, or some parts of the United States, you would think it's spring, but we're getting about 2 feet of snow this week in Minnesota. So I would choose a winter book for that, I think. Okay. Six of Clubs. Going back in, and we're shuffling. I'm going to try to shuffle better so the Six of Clubs doesn't come to the top of my deck. We still have 3 more draws. Crazy. And here's a question. I just have a little note card with my stuff on here. I've drawn 4 clubs. Actually, I'd drawn 3 clubs in the last draw, so do I have to draw another card? You know what? Sure. We'll just make it 10, and now I can't add anymore. My deck of TBR is going to be 10 books, no matter what. And I've set that cap because normally I can read 10 books in a month. I probably will read more. Granted that all of these are middle grade, but whatever. We're just going to go with 10. A king. What's a king? A spinner wheel? Can I do this? Can I do this? Well, let's get the spinner wheel and see if we can. Technically, the rules behind this one are, it's a genre, and then that genre leads me to a series that I did last year of all of that genre on my physical TBR. So I might just twist it a little bit. I will get a genre, and then if I can fulfill that with a middle grade book, we're gonna go with that. So how do I do a screen recording? Because I have my picker wheel up here. Okay, here we are. Spinner, we are spinning. I think I can do this. Middle grade classic, because this is crazy. Is this what I want to put on? Yeah, yep, I do. I've had this bind up of Little House on the Prairie, books 1, 2, and 4, I believe. I don't know why it's 1, 2, and 4, by Laura Ingalls Wilder. And I don't think I've actually, well, my mom read these to us whenever we would travel in the car. And so I listened to them, but I don't remember them. And so I'm going to read this. I am going to say that I will read the first one in this bind up, which looks like it's a little under 200 pages. And like, look at this font and look at these pages. It will be easy to read. So if I can get to the rest of them, that'd be super fun. I'd love to finish the whole book, to get a physical book off of my physical TBR. So I would say that this is a classic. Little House on the Prairie. I feel like that's a classic. So it's going on the TBR stack. I can never remember how to end screen recordings. Command, Control, Escape. The face card prompts are not replaceable prompts over here. They just stay on the board. So the king is just going back in, and we'll draw book number 8. Any other month, I think I would be freaking out internally, or maybe externally too. But I'm okay with it. I'm really okay with it. The stipulation that I've created for myself that they have to be middle grade, I'm all for. So here we go. What is our draw? Another king. Okay, luckily we don't have to draw or add another draw because we're already at our max of 10. But I guess we'll do the spinner wheel again and see what we get. Luckily, I didn't close it. Here we are, spinner wheel, take 2. This I can do, definitely. Command, Control, Escape. I did it. Okay, everyone, contemporary. I just want to make sure I pick the right contemporary. Yeah, okay. I'm going to choose Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And I'm now seeing that this is a YA. I'm going to go with something different. For contemporary, I am going to choose Two Night Owl from Dogfish by Holly Goldberg Sloan and Meg Wolitzer. This is an epistolary novel about two girls writing to each other from across the country, and I love a good epistolary novel, and it's middle grade, and it's a contemporary, I think. So it fits. Yep, that's book number 8 going on the TBR. The King of Diamonds is going back in the deck. And we still have 2 more draws, friends. This is the game that never ends. That's good. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun with me. All right. One more shuffle for good measure. Doesn't matter now because we can't add any more cards. I guess we maybe could add cards if the prompt doesn't meet a middle grade book. Okay, if a middle grade book doesn't meet the prompt, but no. You guys, what the heck? No, nope, not in the plans. I don't even know how to account for this because we're already at our 10 book maximum. Okay, here we go. We're gonna add another book. I'm not gonna read The Swiss Family Robinson. I looked it up. It's technically categorized as young adult. I'm just not gonna do it. Sorry, friends. My game, my rules. I will add an 11th draw just for this special circumstance because I drew the Joker. Seriously, what are the odds? That's okay. Going back in. Joker, bye-bye. I'm not gonna draw you again. If I do, I'm just not going to do it. This is ridiculous. I think this is the craziest game of Deck of TBR I've ever had. But it's okay. It's fun. Let's see what our next card is. A 10 of spades. Libby. I think I can do this. I definitely can do this. Actually, my hold for A Rover's Story by Jasmine Warga, the audio version came up on Libby, so I will be listening to A Rover's Story, which is the middle grade March group read. So that counts as my Libby book. Okay, now we still have 2 more because of the Joker situation. So that was 9. I have 9 books on my TBR already. Huh. This is crazy, but we're going for number 10, right? Oh, not now because I forgot to replace the Libby prompt with this one. Epistolary, shoot. I hope that doesn't come up because I just used Two Night Owl from Dogfish. I don't think there's another epistolary middle grade on here. All right, next, a 10. A 10 of spades. Okay, we are... It's epistolary. We're going to shuffle some things around here. This is going to count as epistolary because I have another contemporary that would have worked, and we're going to choose Patina. I know this says Sunny, but we're going to choose Patina by Jason Reynolds. This is the 3rd in the track series. The second one, Patina, which I'm choosing, is coming to me from the library, but I'm just choosing this as a stand-in. Again, this was for the contemporary spinner wheel, the King I drew, and this is just too funny that I'm just switching things around. Sorry, friends. Two Night Owl from Dogfish is going on for epistolary for the 10 of spades again. What? This is the craziest. Let's replace the 10 of spades again. You guys, we have drawn the 6 of clubs 3 times, the 10 of spades twice, kings in a row. Just, this is, again, if this were any other month beside middle grade March, I think I'd be crying now. Okay. Matches my outfit, which is gray and black. Could probably do it if I had to, but okay. This is the last draw. The 11th draw. Only reason I'm doing 11 is because of that silly Joker. Did I already put the 10 of spades back in? I don't know. I can't find it anywhere, so you probably know if I did. I think I did. This is crazy. I was not expecting this. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Interesting month. It's gonna happen. I mean, these books are all wonderful books and will likely be read, but it's just insane. A 5 of clubs. let's see what it is. Okay, this one says add a joker and draw again. So my current deck that I'm playing with it just has one joker in it because the probability is lower of getting the joker. But I have a second joker for this deck, and this prompt came out, add a joker and draw again. So the likelihood of getting a joker in the future months is higher. So here's my second joker. It's going in the deck, and the 5 of clubs is going back in the deck. I guess we need to replace the 5 of clubs prompt, and we need to draw again. Psych! Nature on the cover. This will be the last draw, right? Better be. It better be. I don't even know how long we've been filming now. Feels like forever. Okay. I'm getting sick of shuffling. 2 of clubs. Okay, this one is high rating. And so I'm just going to look at the rest of my books on my middle grade stack here on Goodreads and see which one has the highest rating. And that's what I'm going to add. These are some high rated books, y'all. They're all like in the 4.2s, 4.3s. Holy smokes. This one's 4.49. I think that might be the winner. So I thought it was going to be Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow, because that was 4.34. But what came in at a 4.49 and is also being delivered to my library as we speak, it says it's in transit, The War I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker. I can't say that. Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. This is the second in The War That Saved My Life series. I read The War That Saved My Life last year. Loved it. I didn't think I'd get this one on my TBR, but here it is. The War I Finally Won. So that's going on my deck of TBR stack. I think that's it. I'm excited to get back to those characters. That was a fun World War II historical fiction book. Okay, here are the books I've got that I own. Let's go through. I'm gonna make this better. Okay, of the 11 books on my TBR, I have 7 physically in front of me. So let's just recap here. Got my note card. For the prompt Good First Sentence, I chose Other Words for Home by Jasmine Morga. For a memoir, I chose When Stars Are Scattered by Victoria Jameson and Omar Mohammed. For starting a series, I chose the series The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer, and the first book is The Wishing Spell. Then I got the prompt released this year, and for that I'm choosing Otter by Catherine Applegate. For the 5th prompt, I got A to Z Challenge, and for that I am choosing Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. I needed the letter K. For a middle grade, I chose Chains by Lori Howes Anderson. This is getting so heavy for my poor little hand. Then I got a spinner wheel. The spinner wheel chose Classic. For that, I am reading The Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. Got another spinner wheel, and I got Contemporary. For that, I am choosing Patina. Sunny is just here as a stand-in. Patina is the second in the track series by Jason Reynolds. Then we've got Libby, and for that one, I will be listening to A Rover's Story, which is the group read by Jasmine Morga. For the 10th prompt, I got Epistolary. For that one, I'll be reading Two Night Owl from Dogfish. And lastly, a high-rated book, I am choosing The War I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley, because that had a 4.49 average rating on Goodreads. It better be good. All right, those are the books. Those are the books for my deck of TBR. Do any of these fit in my middle grade March prompts, you ask? Well, let's go through them. No, pretty much not. Okay, that's okay. I have them here. I'll see if I can maybe switch around some of my prompts for middle grade March. So the first prompt is received an award other than the Newbery. I am going to choose Chains by Lori Howes Anderson. This one got the Scott Odell Award for Historical Fiction. Ta-da. For sci-fi or dystopian, I am going to choose A Rover's Story by Jasmine Morga. For Sea or Sky on the Cover, this is one that I messed up because I thought Aristotle and Dante's Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I thought that that one was middle grade, but it's YA. And that one had Sky on the cover, but let's just see. Sky or sea? Sky or sea? I'm going to choose When Stars Are Scattered by Victoria Jameson and Omar Mohammed. This has a beautiful starry sky on the cover. Okay, next prompt is a neurodiverse character. This one I didn't get on my deck of TBR, but I will be reading Mockingbird by Catherine Erskine. I believe that the main character has autism. And then the last one is published within the last year, and I will be reading Otter by Catherine Applegate, which was the exact same prompt for my deck of TBR. So I really don't have, I have this one physically of the middle grade March books, but that's okay. The others will be coming. Otter will be coming. When Stars Are Scattered, I am going to try to get, and Mockingbird is also coming. Forgot to add one more. I am doing the genre-a-thon with Whitney from Tipper's Den, and again, the prompt is manga, and so I'll add A Spy Family by Tatsuya Endo in here. I am on volume 4, so that'll be added to the stack also. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you have read any of these middle grade books. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on them, and if we will have similar thoughts once I read them. Also let me know if you are participating in middle grade March. It'd be fun to see what books you are reading for 5 prompts, if you're going to do that. Like this video on your way out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you'd like to see more bookish and bullet journaling content from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!